To discuss, we're joined by Contralesa's Secretary General, Zolani Mkiva. Thank you for being with us. Tell us about the significance of Ancestors' Day.
The significance of the Ancestors' Day is about Africanizing the calendar of South Africa as a country, because we are a country which is constituted by an African majority. And it is also characterized by the fact that this day seeks to honor those who came before us, our ancestors, who gave their lives and their blood in order for us to enjoy the freedom that we have today. So in order for us to find a way forward in a number of fronts as a country, we need to celebrate and honor our ancestors, because without that, we don't carry the blessings in terms of what we are doing. And I think it is one of the reasons why we are found wanting in a number of fronts.
Yeah.
We believe that the wars of dispossession and the wars of resistance, including the struggle for the liberation, have to reflect on the people who laid down their lives, thousands and hundreds of thousands, through the frontier wars and several battles across the landscape of the country. Those are our ancestors. We carry their dreams, we carry their fears, we carry their hopes, and it is important, therefore, that we mainstream in what we do today, that which it defines who they are, which also defines who we are. And at the center of that is also foregrounding the African spirituality to be part of the public discourse in South Africa. So this day is about
Mkiva,
that.
Can you confirm this day was launched, so Contralesa observed it last year, but in that sense it would be relatively new. Has there been enough time to tell if this has gained traction in our society?
It has not yet gained, it is not yet a question of it gaining traction. I want to confirm with you that last year on the 8th of May, we assembled in the royal kraal of Kgoshima Pamukwene, the president of Contralesa, to officially launch this day. And we did all the necessary rituals to ensure that we do that. But it did not end there with just that ceremony. We also started a public petition where people must sign that petition, which is an online petition, so that we can collect hundreds of thousands and millions of signatures in support of this day.
How many signatures do you have at the moment?
Well, I've not done the calculation. We have not yet reconciled. We are not yet there. We believe that what we ought to do now is actually to communicate with the population of South Africa and appeal on them to actually support this day, because this is something that has to do with the decolonization of our country and ensuring that we embrace our principles of Ubuntu and the entire value system of Africanity and mainstream our indigenous knowledge system. So this is about the total liberation of our people, changing the mindset, affirming our people. It's about reaffirmation, reacclamation, and restoration, and ensuring that the social fabric of our country is actually constituted with Africanity without any apology.
So, sure, and I get that completely. However, there are other sectors, other cultures calling for public holidays. There are people who are saying we need a public holiday to commemorate the Marikana massacre, for example. So why should the country prioritize Ancestors' Day over a day like that, for example?
Well, the ancestors, we are related to our ancestors by blood, by culture, by many things. Biologically, we are linked to them. Spiritually, we are linked to them. So everything can follow that. What comes first, which is primary, is this what we are talking about. Because before we existed, there was an existence of our parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents, who are now our forefathers and ancestors. It is very important, therefore, that when we take corrective measures and we are remapping our calendar as a country, we start from the beginning. You will agree with me that today the calendar is more populated with dates that are more religious, with a religion that is imported. So it is very important that we in our calendar actually make sure that we mainstream that which represent us as the African majority. We're
Mr.
not saying we must do
Mkiva,
away
I have
with
10
other...
seconds left. I have 10 seconds left, and I'd love to throw in a last question, if you don't mind. There's a big debate about what freedom means. This Freedom Day, can I just ask your opinion? Do you believe there's freedom of cultural expression in South Africa at the least?
There is freedom of cultural expression, but there are limitations. And we believe, therefore, that we have to take our freedom, to its totality. The freedom that we have now is not complete. That's clearly. We still need to deal with issues of economic liberation. We still need to deal with issues that relate to land restoration to the African majority. And that which we are talking about expression, it is just something that is at a political level, but culturally, we are still constrained and suffocated when it comes to doing our rituals, particularly in spaces that are urban. You will still have associations that are opposed to us practicing our culture as Africans, which is nonsensical in this day and age.
All right, we have to leave it there. Thank you for answering that last question. That was Contralesa Secretary General Zolani Mkiva.